everybody, Lori here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a fun project to share with you featuring this beautiful Simple Flowers stamp set by Altenew, as well as several delicioso inks that are by Altenew. So I'm just going to stamp away. There's so many beautiful, whimsical flower images in this Simple Flower stamp set. And so I didn't have a plan. I was just stamping a bunch. But for each one, I used two color inks. So that first flower there almost looks like a pumpkin. I inked the whole thing up with blush, and then I did along the bottom with rouge. And now I'm doing this second flower with Mountain Mist, and I ink along the bottom with Volcano Lake. And so you can see for each image, I used two colors of inks. Now back in the olden days, because I'm very old and you're very young, so let me tell you a story. This used to be called the rock and roll techniques, where you would take an image on an acrylic block, because back in the olden days, we didn't have the Misty stamping tool. We used acrylic blocks only. And you would ink up your image with a light color ink and then rock and roll it in a darker color ink to get that two-tone effect. Hence the rock and roll. But now I've become utterly, completely codependent using my Misty stamping tool. I rarely use acrylic blocks. Every once in a while, like for sentiments and things like that, I do it. But I love the Misty because you can always stamp it twice if you make a mistake. Therefore, it's not so much a rock and roll technique anymore. Nowadays, I like to call it more of a multi-inking technique. I can't think of a better name, but when I do, I'll let you know. Maybe somebody else can think of a better name, but it's using multiple inks to get a two-tone or gradient effect, and I can't live without it. Although I still do love the song, I love rock and roll, put another dime in the jukebox, baby. Let me just tell you something you probably don't know, maybe you don't care, but I have the original Joan Jett and the Black Hearts cassette tape in my basement. That's how much I love that song. I love rock and roll, and I love all her songs. I love Joan Jett, and I'm probably giving away my age right now, but I told you I was old, and us old ladies, we like the old rock and roll. Anyway, so moving along, just stamping away. This one here, oh, I love these colors. I inked it up with Puffy Heart, and then I added a little purple wine down along the bottom, and it gives you that gorgeous two-tone look to that beautiful Simple Flower. Now I'm using the coordinating dies for the Simple Flower and just going around and die cutting each one of these out. Still, you can see I stamped a ton of images, and yet I still don't really have a layout in mind. I'm thinking at this point I might have enough flowers to make 2 cards, which would be awesome. And I'm going to kick it up a notch. I normally use white cardstock for my card base. I'm a white card base type of gal. I love white space. But every now and again, ever since I got onto the Rifle Paper Company on Pinterest, holy smoky joes, I'm addicted to doing floral arrangements on unexpected, dark, or vibrant, or what you might think be unlikely card base colors. So I almost considered putting these flowers on a khaki card base or even a bright pink. I decided to go with navy, and I'm loving how these colors look on navy, I gotta say. So I ended up using, I believe, every single image that I stamped. Can you believe that? This puppy is loaded up with blooms. And now I'm going to trim this all off and crop it. Almost what you might call an aggressive crop. And I love how that looks. It really cleans up all the edges, ties everything together. All that's left to do is add a sentiment right in the middle. So I went round and round and round and round and round about a sentiment. I decided to emboss one in white. This hello, I believe this is from the Geometric Flowers stamp set. So I embossed that. I inked it up with, oh, first of all, I always rub it down with my magic powder bag. Some people like the EK Success powder tool, the one with the brush. I kind of like the magic powder bag. Probably because I've never tried the EK Success, the brush tool. Never tried it. Anyway, I embossed that in white, and then I decided last minute to crop that down even more and pop it up on a white card base, just to give you that nice white border that I just craved, that little bit of white on the edge of my card. And this card's finished. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.